reasons why I love you and none of them rhyme. 9 times 9, 81, Bonnie and Clyde. We got high and sat by the Wellington sign. I had one hell of a time, it's rock and roll to life.
Welcome to the Green Tea, Freedom and Truth channel. This is Tristan. It's good to have the Green Tea team back for this Wednesday, the 12th of August 2020 edition of the video log. Today is the 55th edition, so a big thank you to everyone who has liked, shared, commented on, subscribed on my videos and previous content. It is much appreciated, and it is really good to see people engaging with the content, subscribing and sharing. There's a lot to talk about today for those people who are in other parts of the world. New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand has gone into a 3-day level 3 lockdown because a few people got the V word in a household, and also the rest of the country has been moved from a level 1 to a level 2 status in lockdown. Yeah, and the title for this video log is one of my favorite Bob Marley tracks. Get up, stand up for your rights. And this getting up, just standing up for our rights. My previous occupation, I was in management, and I had a mentor, a management mentor, and after a couple of years in the job of managing, I was working every hour God gave almost, and my mentor told me, she said, with your staff, give them tasks, rather than you trying to do all of the work yourself, get your staff working and load them, get them working and more efficiently. Give them tasks to do until they squeak, until you hear them say something. Just buck back a little bit, because I was doing lots of tasks that other people could have been doing. So I did that. I started to delegate tasks, load up, give people more responsibility, more roles, this type of thing, until they started to squeak, until they said something. And I was like, oh, okay, that's the point. That's the point that I can go to, which is the correct amount. They're working efficiently, and things were working way more efficiently. I was able to stay in the job a lot longer rather than just overwork myself, and we got a lot more done. But we had to get to that point of people squeaking, and at the moment, all of these lockdowns and this type of thing, all of these government giving themselves powers and controls with no consultation from the public, very few people have squeaked. Very few people have just said, no, I'm not buying that. I have had no consultation. My livelihood is on the line. I need questions. Can we have some independent verification on these statistics and that sort of thing? So I think people now, I saw it last night when they announced the lockdown in Auckland and this sort of thing, people are starting to squeak. They're not going to be compliant because all of these compliance tests, silly, so now masks are a thing. It makes no sense. The World Health Organization, which the Bloomfield doctor that we see used to work for, the World Health Organization, it's so inconsistent. They flip-flop. Masks are not required. We're leading the world in V-word response, and masks have never been required. Now they're saying It's all compliance tests until the population makes squeaks, says, you know, peacefully, just, yeah, sharing posts, supporting people who resonate with the truth. And it's so interesting how they did it with like ordinary law-abiding citizens. One minute they are legal, following all the rules, and the next minute, in the stroke of a pen, they're doing illegal actions like the semi-automatic firearms. One day they are legal, license holders, farmers, you know, hunters are using them legally. In the stroke of a pen, now they are committing an illegal action by having these previously legal weapons. Now in this, oh, how are you? Now in the stroke of a pen, visiting family members or any lockdown breaches turn innocent people into people that are now breaking rules with no consultation from the public. The public hasn't signed off. They don't want, you know, there is a lot of the mainstream media. We have to be aware that there's a psychological programming has been going on the population for months now, months on months of, oh, here comes the dog. Hey, Bobby. Yep. So I heard a specialist saying the other day that a lot of people have a mindset, and they believe the narrative so strongly, they have a cult-like programming. So that's why anyone who speaks up and challenges the facts, challenges that the test is highly inaccurate, 80% asymptomatic, people with no to mild symptoms, challenge the fact that all of the other symptoms are the same as a common flu or cold, mention the fact that it affects the elderly people who are most at risk of passing away. And it's almost, when you challenge it, and when you share information and facts, it's as if you've offended their religion or some other type of thing. So it's important to have compassion and understanding for people at this time. That's why years ago really, but I really made an effort before the lockdown started to not watch any mainstream news, because the programming, the psychological programming, and then people jump online and get into me and stuff, and it's basically, I could be watching the news and listening to exactly what these people are saying. There's no difference in what they are saying to what the mainstream news is saying. And they want us controlled on fear and control. They want us focusing on the scary V word 19, But right from the beginning, a few people have not been focusing, because one hand saying, look at the V word 19, scary, but it's the actions of the government. What are the governments doing? What are they doing to the people? What powers are they giving themselves? How are they crashing the economy, making people more dependent, taking livelihoods away? So support those people who resonate with if you hear the truth, the Advanced New Zealand Public Party, they resonate with me. They are talking to these core issues, that type of thing. And now in New Zealand, they are starting a mass testing regime. And we know from worldwide experience, it's very clear, the more tests equals more positives. Up to 80 to 85% asymptomatic, no symptoms to low symptoms in the positive testing. So the government can test and test. They get a lot more positives. and then they can decide, you know, what controls, what sort of things they want to bring in, because now they've got all the positive tests. I've been saying it for the past two to three video logs, that the countries that test high have high positive rates. We've hardly been testing. It's so easy for them to manipulate the figures by hardly testing anyone, which we haven't done all through the last 100 days, all of this. And once over the next week or two, when more positive tests start coming in, then the government can pick and choose where they lock down, how long they lock down. You know, as long as people take a knee, don't squeak, keep quiet, you know, they'll just keep doing it, because we have proven that we won't, people will just take a knee. So I'm just hoping that more people awaken, love and freedom against fear and control. And this came with my voting papers 6 weeks ago. We are monitoring the voting registration form. We are monitoring the V-Word-19 situation closely and how it might affect the general election and referendums. V-Word-19 will mean that some things about the way we vote will be different from other elections. For the latest updates, blah blah blah. So, premonitions and predictions. I'll leave a link to the video I did 4 weeks ago talking about the election time lockdown. So yeah, we need to be mindful, educate ourselves, support each other. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel. Have courage. Speak your truth. Support each other. Have faith and have fun. Peace out.